another one. It's the Album Review Club. Straight Loud Entertainment. Follow it on YouTube. Just trying to get the bros in here. Yo.
What's going on, Slime? What's going on, Slime?
Man, trying to get the other two in here.
I want to go ahead and shout out to everybody, anybody and everybody who's tuning in tonight. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and put the product placement to the side because we ain't getting sponsored by nobody yet.
Man, hey. And pretty soon, when we get right, woo and foo and woo. Hey, but we ain't gonna give y'all too much on that.
All right, you know what? Whatever, man. Look, bro, how you boys doing today? You know what I'm saying? Let's do a quick. I'll wait for Cheddar to connect with his Charlotte internet. Let's go ahead and do a quick little, wellness check. How everybody doing, man? We about to start October. Seasonal depression about to kick in. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Whoa, how you dealing with your seasonal depression? You know what I'm saying? How you preparing yourself?
Bruh, it's been a rough week, man. It's been a rough week. I'm gonna give a quick shout out Tracy. Rest in peace. We lost a good family friend this week, so
all the prayers up.
We're gonna put her to rest tomorrow. So it's been a week for me, man. It's been a week.
I feel
Sorry to hear that.
We wish you the best. We wish all the affected peoples the best as well. Also, hurricane hit a couple states, and also hit NC. Not the part of NC that I, typically care about, but hey, you gotta wish those people the best as well.
Hey, Richard, aka 40. How you? Good, bro? You all right?
Is it last couple weeks, man? It's like you get hit with the vid, and then you're just stuck dying forever.
Hey, look,
I've had so many random medical things. It's crazy.
The best part about COVID is that once you get it,
man,
well, you probably become a dangerous to all society.
Hey, Cheddar.
Justin, I'm sorry, man. Justin, I'm sorry. Sorry I got you sick.
It's all good.
But yeah, man, it's your boy Cheddar. What's up, man? Today this S doesn't stand for hope, it stands for SZA. I guess we'll get to that when we get to that.
Hey, Cheddar, we doing a mental health check-in. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. Yeah,
I don't believe
I feel good.
He definitely
having a good weekend.
He made it sound like we were forcing him to say it. So, how you doing? I'm doing good. Yeah. What was wrong? Nothing. Everything's good.
Hey, Fulo, you brought it up. So, hey, how you feeling, man? You good?
It has been a horrible week, but I say this all the time. Best thing about a bad day, best thing about a bad week, all that. Can't do it again. You can't do it again. So keep that shit burning. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it moving.
Big fact. So y'all already know how we do it. Get whatever you drinking on.
H2O.
We in the full glass again this week.
So all bald skulls look alike.
But yeah, hey.
Let's get it, man. Let's get
it. Shot? Is that a blade?
It's blue? From the Low Country thing.
I know. I left mine over at the place. So I'm just like, well, now you got two.
We gotta address something real fast, though. Cheddar, the head wraps, bro. Like, I'm not against it, but you know what people are gonna start thinking. Where the bean pies at? Where the book at? You know what I'm saying? Where the, you know what I'm saying? You got the 5 tenets. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you gonna start preaching to us? That's what you look like. You about to be like, Good brother, good brother. Oh no, he one of them.
Man. But
Let me guess, you call
Hey,
all
sorry,
black
Maryland.
women queens, don't you? Let me guess.
See, that's why I haven't even brought out the Kente cloth one because I have a Kente cloth one. I'm not even gonna whip it out yet because
You know
I
what?
knew that would come. I knew it would
You know
come.
what's crazy? You know what's crazy? You didn't even have to tell me that. I already knew.
I can't even rep my own country now. They've co-opted my own country's designs. But you know what? It is
I
what it
thought
is.
you were from Canada.
That's the other country.
He's Jack Griffin.
They said my own country. I literally thought he was talking about Canada, and I was just like, "What? What if it is Canada jump into this?"
It's
I was
also
like,
Ghana.
I was
It's
like,
also Ghana. But
because in ancient Canadian circles, the kente cloth means.
man,
There's one thing I know about Canada is that it's also in Africa. It's a motherland.
all right.
I can see Africa from my house back in Canada. I can see Ghana from my house. It's crazy.
But nah, bro. Look, you know what I'm saying? This is Wu's responsibility, but I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know we got a banger for y'all this week. We'll go ahead
Man,
and take them. Here's one of my favorite albums. Let's go ahead and get
well,
started.
introduce it, man. Tell us your favorite album. Then I go
Yeah,
through.
I wasn't even prepared. I'm so shy in front of the camera. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing. Look, bro,
Your
hear
flights
me
get
out.
blinded when
So,
they bounce off your forehead.
my bad. We're trading shots. We're trading shots. My bad. I was about to be like, oh my god, what did I say to him? And then it's like I had to replay the last like 5 minutes. I had to be like, oh yeah, you just said this about him. All right, look, man, we doing Control by SZA. You know what I'm saying? Solana, TDE's own. You know what I'm saying? For you don't know what fucking TDE is, but we're gonna get that in a second. All right, so this major banger of an album came out 2017. I remember when this came out because I was highly anticipating this album. I've been listening to SZA since like 2013, 2014, and she went on like a little bit of a hiatus as far as making music, but she was still writing for like Beyonce. She was still writing for Rihanna. She was still because she's SZA first and foremost. If you listen to her earlier project, she's a songwriter. You can really see that in this project. So this was this is her debut studio album, but she's had many projects before then, before this. But Control was the one that like really put her on. Like everyone, this album is like super critically acclaimed across the board. All on all the top 10, top 20 lists for the whole 2010s. And me personally, this is like the album that reset the alternative like R&B genre. Like there are some people, I ain't gonna say no names, I ain't gonna put no fingers, that think that R&B is just one. It sounds one sound. It's just one sound. There's no different like genres, no different types or anything. But he R&B went through like a little bit of a down period after like 2006, 2007, as like the Joes and the Tyreses and the Tweets and everybody else got older. There was like a gap. Janae Aiko came through in the early 2010s, was dropping a whole bunch of stuff. There was not really anybody else. 2017 comes, SZA drops Control, resets the whole market. It's like signing Dak Prescott to $60 million a year. I don't know if it's a good idea, but we're gonna see how it works. For SZA, fire. It's worked perfectly. It's one of my favorite albums over the past like 20, 25 years. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. I'm just gonna be real. And so we're about to get into it, Will. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's the introduction. That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Nothing stupid.
So the tell it to the tape is SZA's debut album.
Say it again.
It debuted at number 3 on the top 200. So
1, 2, 3 of y'all.
it sold 600. Well, it sold 60K first week.
Okay.
It went
Okay.
3 times platinum.
How many times? 1, 2, 3 of y'all? All three?
Uh,
Because somebody I heard somebody thought that like R&B was just for the. I mean, go ahead. My bad. I'm not even gonna say anything,
it,
bro. Go ahead.
it had 5 singles. All of them went platinum.
Boom, 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 boom.
What were
Sound
the
like
5 singles? You
Kofi
know what
people
the
now.
5 singles were?
You said what?
Oh yeah, I got you. Drew Barrymore went platinum. Love Galore went 6 times platinum.
Shout out to Travis
The
Scott.
Weekend went 5 times.
Shout out to The Weeknd, even though he had nothing to do with this project.
Broke
Shout out to Abel.
Clocks had 3. Garden had 2.
Wait, what was that one
Garden
you said before
parentheses
Garden?
Broken
Say it like that. No. Bring it back. Woo. Garden, parentheses, say it like that.
It got nominated for 5 Grammys in
How
2000.
many? Oh, wait, 5 of them things?
Nominated.
All right, man.
It ranked 472 in Rolling Stone's greatest 500 albums. In 2017, Time, New York Daily News, Noisy, and Vice had the best album of 2017.
Extra, read all about it. One of those. That's like, we're talking about on the block. This was a block stepper. And the reason why I'm going so hard for this album is I have a feeling I'm going to have to spaz on someone this live. But we're going to see. Hey, man, I might be surprised.
That'll be me.
Toby's like, hold on, roll him up.
Slide back in my seat right
The 100 shots about to happen.
Go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm already burning my candles, but let's get into this album, bro.
So I think Fulo has done enough, so we'll use his introduction as his piece. Hey, Cheddar. This nigga wild.
You got scented candles?
My bad. You white. You wouldn't know nothing about this. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Hey, Kofi. What did you think about the album?
I enjoyed this album, man. I liked it a lot. I'm trying to figure out if we've just been doing, because I've never, like I said, I didn't listen to Ari Lennox before. Really, I haven't really listened to SZA. There's a couple songs off of SOS that have kind of come through my way, but like I haven't listened to it too much. But I thought this was a really good album, man. So I'm trying to figure out if I've just been sleeping on R&B in general, or if we just been doing like the some of the real top peaks. But I enjoyed this album a lot. Sonically, it was great. Like she came through very vulnerable on a lot of these songs. Like it had a lot of everything that I enjoyed. my low life is gonna be very, very
Didn't know
small.
they were serving, but I enjoyed the banquet. Everything was hidden.
I was like, oh man, I like this song. Oh man, I like this song too. I like this song. Yeah.
Wait. I'm not trying to get into the spoilers too early, but did you like Love Galore? I feel like you would like Love Galore.
Okay. I liked Love Galore. I didn't like. I felt like Travis Scott. I like the way he sounded, but I feel like he wasn't saying shit on that.
Oh, absolutely. There was no content there. We're gonna get to that though. 40.
The crazy part about Love Galore, man, I just loved his ad libs on it.
Yeah.
It's correct me if I'm wrong. The ad libs are still kind of sort of on the version with him out with him not on it, right?
Yeah, but like that's kind of like a Travis Scott like special though. Like he'll throw he's kind of like, look, man, like after Jeezy, Travis Scott's ad libs are kind of wild because he can make a whole song with just his ad libs, and he's done it before. It's pretty good.
It's funny because
I
usually don't care for Travis Scott, but
okay, so we gotta do a Travis Scott album because I was not a fan. I was not a fan until Astro World. We're gonna get to that later. Go ahead, 40.
Well, I mean, like, to be honest with you, I kind of echo Money's impersonations, right? Like, I did legitimately like this. This album's, like, low-key very soothing. It's very dreamy in, like, a lot of the effects. Like, I've been having a hard time going to sleep lately, and, like, 4 or 5 songs into it, you're just so at peace and, like, so comfortable. Like, it's such a cozy album that, like, you just kind of, like, you can, like, I'll, like, nod off, wake back up, and I'll go, like, every song I come back to, I'm like, oh, this ain't, I'm enjoying this. So it's kind of on this level of, like, it was a pleasant surprise. I think Ari Lennox kind of warmed me up to R&B a little bit more, though. I think Ari Lennox kind of established a place so I could kind of like a foothold to kind of jump off to. And I think SZA kind of took it home. So I was actually pretty happy with it. But yeah, man, I mean, if I can, I want to just go through real quick and just say what I like the songs I actually kind of like liked a lot. No,
there's a routine to this. There's a structure.
I was just gonna think because we were talking about Love Galore.
I know this isn't part of how we normally do it for the past like 2 months, but I'm just gonna review the album myself.
I mean, no, I was just saying that like we were just talking about Love Glory. I was just like that made it on my hits, and that was literally because between her being like great on the song and Travis Scott being like Travis Scott, I was like I really enjoy it. Like I just that was crazy. But no, go ahead.
At this
That shit was
point, Justin just using words. He was, love the Lord, Travis Scott, good. It was real good.
Yeah,
I mean,
these words all sound like words I've heard before.
but
no,
but
I really
man, like
love the R&B of this album.
great,
I mean, basically, it's was an
Yeah.
R&B album.
bro.
I didn't enjoy it. So.
You can tell it's R&B because of the way it sounds. Oh man, it's really
I really
dope.
like the
I
rhythm and
mean,
the blues of this song.
yeah,
Yeah, there was the rhythm,
pop
then
with a
there
pop
was the
focus.
blues.
It had a little bit of
But
the
nah, man.
hip hop background because she likes hip hop.
We'll go
I like the
ahead,
fact she
man.
brought Kendrick Lamar because TDE, right?
Man,
But no,
TDE,
actually,
stand up.
I mean, jokes aside, like Supermodel, I really liked because it was so stripped down that it was actually kind of like crazy. Like I don't know, that was a good opening song. Usually
Yeah.
that's like the hit or miss, but that was a hit. But nah, man.
Let's
And
get
what
it,
did
bro.
you say your intro, your opening thoughts about this yet?
nah. He just jumped right into it and just left me out.
Hey,
Um,
hit with
but
the kill. Ah,
I've had this is an album I've had since 2017. Listened to it multiple times, so I'm used to the album. Knew what I was getting with it. I already knew what I liked on it. I already knew what I didn't care for on it. I ain't had to listen to it that much, but I still did because I don't mind listening to it. So since Justin wanna jump the line and shout out Queen Blue Panda because favorite album just because of the theme. Woo!
That's the one.
Man, I'm gonna have freedom on this mug. Love galore.
Wait, nigga, you just, man, yeah, man, freedom.
I'm trying
Nigga, what?
I'm trying to be
you
like
know he's
Corey.
American when he just says freedom as that.
Yeah. Now who's saying buzzwords?
I'm trying to be like
Yeah.
Apparently, we're all possessed by Travis Scott. We're just saying words now.
Freedom. Wait, what? Yo, come on now. Get your bearings.
man.
The spirit of Travis Scott comes through this album quick.
It's messed up because I'm just trolling too. But yeah, Love Galore, Doves in the Wind, The Weekend. The Weekend's a classic song for me, so I'm always forever gonna love and forever play that song, no matter what it's about.
Horror song.
uh,
We like
Rose
it. We
Lights and
like it.
Garden. I get those honorable mention because I fucks with them too because sounds good R&B. I love.
Bro, go ahead and pass it to me, bro. You over there.
It.
I don't even know what's going on anymore, bro.
All right,
Hey,
throwing that
it's all,
alley.
it's all yes, bro.
Go ahead, pull up.
Ugh.
Oh
All right.
no! Take the
So here's
hand.
the deal, bro. If we're talking about highlights, we talking about highlights. We want to talk about highlights. All right. So highlights for me: Love Galore, Doves in the Wind. Um, I wouldn't put Drew Barrymore on my highlights, but it's not that it's a bad song. I just never really like. I want to listen to Control. Let me start with Drew Barry. Absolutely not. The Weekend class. The Weekend is a classic song. It just is what it is. Go Gina. Go Gina is one of those songs that as you're getting into like the throes of the album, it's just like, yo, this is crazy that this is halfway through. Halfway through, this album's starting to pick up steam. So Go Gina. Garden, obviously fire. Before I get to my favorite song, I'm gonna say the wavy interlude with James Fauntleroy. Let's go. James, first of all, James is like one of the most prolific songwriters in R&B in the past like 20 years. If you know, you know. If you don't, then you 40. Then you have Normal Girl, also fire. Pretty Little Birds with Isaiah Rashad, Stand Up,
Mm.
PDE, all over the project. And then we're going to finish with, and here's the problem. Here's the problem. It's almost every song on this album is fire for me, but my favorite song, the one that has always stuck with me, Broken Clocks. I think Broken Clocks is on a masterpiece of an album. I think that Broken Clocks is just stands above the rest. It's just the meaning behind the words, the chorus, the songwriting, the beat, the production, like everything came together. It's my favorite fucking song on the album. It just kind of is what it is. Like Wu said, I barely had to re-listen to this album because it's never left my rotation since 2017. Since I first heard this album, I was like, oh, this is like I'm gonna be listening to this regardless. Also, quick little backstory. I just want to make sure I got my dates right. So this album dropped right before I went to basic. So I listened to a little bit of it, and I was like, let me go ahead and get basic training over with so I can get back to it. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and finish this basic training real fast so I can get back to this album. And no BS, that's what I did. As soon as I got basic training, I was able to have my cell phone again. Went right back to listening to this album. Again, one of my favorite albums of all time. And since Cheddar just popped
Let
out,
me let me get this straight, man.
let's go ahead.
Before you went to pledge your life, to sacrifice it, to fight for the
Hold on,
freedom
hold on,
of
let me fix
people.
my locks. Let me fix my locks. Hold on, let me fix my locks. All right, go ahead.
Yo,
I can't see.
Let me fix my herd. Go ahead, bro.
so
Before I went to go do what? Say it. Let's talk about it.
Save the world.
before you went to go save the world, your inspiration to come
You're
back.
making me bring the sword back. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. What's going on?
Your inspiration to come back home was a SZA album.
So let me tell you, like 40 said, even though he ain't never killed nothing or drilled nothing, like 40 said,
Should've listened to
sometimes it's just
DMX.
like when you listen, sometimes it's like listening to an album like this, R&B in general, but just listen to an album like this is very soothing. So like when I got out of basic, you know what I'm saying? I was ready, you know what I'm saying? I was ready to run through something. But then I was like, hold on, let's take it, let's level it out a little bit. So like I was hyper aggressive during the day, get back to my barracks room, throw on some R&B, nigga, relax, calm down. You ain't gotta kill nobody
All right,
yet. Hold on. Let me finish. You ain't gotta kill nobody yet. You know what I'm saying? That time gonna come. That's what the Jeezy for. That's what the Gucci for. You know what I'm saying? Keep that in the tuck. When I come back home though, from fighting the war. Listen, RB man, I calm the fuck down,
man.
bro. Come on now.
Hey, you just listened to a SZA album this week. Put the sword down.
Put the gun down, Tyrone. Let's go.
But
All right, 40. All right, Cheddar. Welcome back, bro. I got to alley this to you. We're going through the highlights. What do you think, bro? What are your highlights? Let me hear it.
Let's see. Highlights for me, man. I mean, you said a lot of the same ones, or I think some of them at least. Like Doves in the Wind was a highlight for me, which I'm not, like I said, or I don't know if I said it before. I haven't been a huge Kendrick Lamar fan, but I mean, yeah, I like that one a lot. I like this
He's
feature a lot there,
talented. This
man.
is what I hear. He's talented.
I heard he makes good music. I'm starting to see what. I like Prom. I don't know if that was gonna hit people's list a lot, but like
What?
that was one that I liked a lot. It was a little bit more popular song, but I did enjoy it.
that's what
Let's see. I kind of went back and forth with Pretty Little Birds. In the end, that was a higher light for me. I was kind of back and forth with that one on me. Garden was another one I liked a lot. Wavy interlude was fire. I wish there was a long. I love a sneak peek. A low light for me was I wish there was longer.
Yeah.
Which I heard there is like a full
Interlude.
version
Hold
or two
on. I
out there that I need to go check out.
need replay.
um, Percolators, another one that I liked that I kind of wish was a little bit longer too.
We're getting to
Um,
the deluxe stuff now. Let's go ahead and talk about it.
uh,
Let's go ahead and talk about it.
da. Yo, okay, this has nothing to do with anything really, but like, because I found like because Jody's produced by Tyler the Creator, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which that sounds about right because it sounds like a Tyler Creator song, low key. At least a lot of his like later stuff. It's like it sounds like it, but no man, that's pretty much it for me. Drew Barrymore's another highlight for me. If I haven't said, there was a lot of them. That's the thing. That's the problem. Like you said, it's the problem. It's like a lot of these were like songs that I really enjoyed. I loved how Drew Barrymore popped up in the video though for that. I don't know if
Oh
y'all watched
yeah.
the
Drew
video.
Barrymore actually shows up in the
Then he do
video.
it. Just came by, walked by the steps, had a little smile, like "Hey," and then like walked by. It was a perfect little cameo. I appreciate
Wait, hold on, Cheddar. How was you like? What was you in the
it.
video?
So much, hey, and it
Hey.
kept.
That's what this album do to you. I can't even get mad. Now
Yeah,
we.
man. 40, I'll go ahead and pass it to you. Let you hit your highlights right quick.
I mean, I already was talking about it, but I think the problem with my highlights is that, as we've kind of stated, is that there's a lot of great songs on this album, and for me, coming into it fresh, like I think everyone else has had kind of like a taste of this album prior to this year,
Cheddar
right? Because it
literally
wasn't
said he
2022.
did. He
Oh well, I mean,
literally said he
but you've
did.
listened to SZA, right? Like you've actually listened to
I've
SZA
heard
at
a
all?
couple of songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't listened to SZA at all, other than the fact that she was like featured on other songs, right? So I've never actually like
That
went
means
out
you
and
listen
listened
to
to it.
her. You think this is
No,
flag?
but like
Flag.
that's like saying like when you listen to like the Kendrick song, right? Like you listen to Kendrick who features SZA, you're like, I know everything about SZA because she was featured on a Kendrick track. It's like I don't think that's really fair to the artist, because usually
That's
like
fair.
especially for
Ours
scenes.
probably comes a little bit different on a feature versus their own song where they get
Yeah,
to
but
control
there's
everything
a
about it.
difference between I've never known this person existed on this earth before this album, and I've heard tidbits.
No, but like I didn't say that I never heard of them. I just said that I never listened to them, which is like for me to listen to somebody is to hear what they want to produce, right?
Okay,
Like because a lot of times when you
I feel
feature,
you on the nuance.
yeah.
You never listen to a SZA song. Gotcha.
Yeah, because you don't know. Because a lot of times people are really good on features, and then you listen to their album, and you're like, "Oh, this is not even what I thought the genre that you were actually about." So that's
Shout
kind
out
of
Matt
where I was
Name.
at.
Shout out Matt Name.
I mean, shoot, a lot of people love Busta Rhymes, and then they listen to some of his albums, and they're like, I don't know if I can do a full Busta album." I like Busta personally, so I can get behind him, but it's just anyway.
This is my actual
Where's your
flag.
flag?
This is not what this is actually about. This is my actual flag. I don't think anyone's. I don't think anyone's ever been introduced. I won't say anyone. I would say there's no one in our generation that's been introduced through Busta through a feature.
I think so. I think there's a
Through
well.
a
Actually, no, no,
feature.
no, no. You know what? You're right. Because his touch it era was a
Touch
little
It,
bit
no,
crazy.
Touch It
Yeah,
was Busta's song.
yeah, yeah.
No, but
No,
what
no,
about
yeah,
that one
yeah,
song?
yeah,
What
yeah,
about
yeah.
the
What?
one with Chris Breezy and Lil
Chris
Wayne?
Brown.
Look at me now.
There was
That
probably
was
a lot of people
more
that
for wait,
introduced
hold
him
on.
through that song.
I'm not gonna say who may have been introduced to Busta Rhymes through that, but you know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, also, hold on. That's cap. That's cap. Even then, I don't think people were introduced to Busta then, because if you were old enough to appreciate that song, you were probably old enough to know when Touch It came out, and
How,
Touch It was a mega hit.
how the hell did we get to the point trying to figure out when we got introduced to Ryan?
I had to throw the flag because 40 just used a weird example. He was
Okay,
like, "Yeah,
so
you know that little known
all
artist,
I'll
Busta
also
Rhymes."
say
Like,
this
oh,
though.
wait, what?
Buster
Wait, what?
Rhymes really, in my opinion, Buster Rhymes pulled out of his like made himself his own because he was part of the leaders of the new school, right? And then he was on that scenario on with a Tribe Called Quest, leaders of the new school, and then he kind of killed the track on scenario with his
Right, here's what
rhymes,
we're gonna
and
do.
then
Here's
he
what we're gonna do.
became
Hold
Buster.
on. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this album. We're gonna take this little conversation. We're gonna put it towards
Yeah,
the end of the
We're gonna
live. Go
bring it back.
ahead.
agreed.
Bring it back.
We'll go back. Apologies to the SZA fans out there. Buster Rhymes had no place in this conversation, but he just randomly popped up.
I am
That's
not
just
We'll
saying
circle
Buster
back
smooth.
SZA and
to
Busta
this at
Rhymes
the
make the
end.
same music.
He got us all in check for a second. I mean, it happened. Let's so like honestly, my highlights literally are just like the first three songs because Supermodel like was just it was like unplugged. It was just like a little bit of a guitar in the background and her just kind of like showing her vocal range, which is great. Then Love Galore, Travis Scott was hilarious on it because he didn't, as you said, he didn't say much, and then but it just felt good. And then SZA just stays consistent the entire time with Kendrick. Doves in the Wind stays consistent, and then the rest of the album because it goes like this, it just stays on a peak. The rest of the album just stays on like this at least like it doesn't dip. Like the only times it like dips is like like it's like not even a dip. It's more like a blip on the radar, like a heartbeat. It doesn't like die. You know, it just kind of changes a
Oh,
little bit.
heartbeat.
Like
I think you said herpes for a
so,
minute. I
like
was
that's
very
kind of
confused.
what.
I think you said herpes for a minute. You said heartbeat. I think you said herpes.
Herpes.
I was confused for a minute.
It's like
Yeah,
herpes, man.
but
Sometimes
keep going.
just so there's ups and downs to herpes. But
It
no, man, it was
comes
I
and
was
goes, you
surprised.
know.
But I also really like I had to put Kendrick up there just because I love Kendrick. But I mean, even if I didn't pick Doves, I probably would have put. Nah, I like Doves and Win. I don't know. I love when Kendrick's featured on something. It's just my innate thing. But that's my choices. But yeah, no.
Question. Oh, I guess. One question: has anybody preferred the Love Galore version without Travis Scott to the version with Travis Scott?
No, it's weird. Like they just complement each other very well on that track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like SZA has a lot of since he's a primary songwriter on most of her songs. She has a lot of like I forget what they're called, but it's like 40 you might know or Woo you might know, where it's like a demo track. There we go. She has a lot of demo tracks where she's singing it to let you know what it sounds like. And from my understanding, that's what Love Galore without Travis Scott came from. She did it. Well, she did it originally, and they didn't know if they were going to be able to get Travis Scott. So she did it. If you got Travis Scott, that's the one that made the album on the deluxe. They put her, not her demo, because they did the song, but it's like that's kind of how it went.
That makes sense. And honestly,
Um,
it'd be hard to take Travis Scott off that. To be honest with you, because
Because he
it's
also
fun to
starts
hear.
the song off.
Yeah.
He starts the song off and kind of sets the vibe.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
I
my
agree with
son.
that.
Wow. Shout out to him.
yo,
Straight Loud Entertainment producing offspring that are straight loud.
man, big facts, big facts. But
everybody gets it.
I hate to say I disagree with you, 40. I don't believe that it hits a peak and it just stays there for the whole thing. I feel like it does kind of like a heartbeat, and kind of the downside that I feel on this album is that she makes you work for the songs that you actually want to enjoy. So, I mean, I ain't really care about Supermodel, even though I appreciate the way that 20 something merges back into Supermodel when it comes back around. It's probably like the smoothest merging ever. But
Yeah.
I, I could live without both of those songs. But then they give you Love Galore. Doves in the Wind's fire, so you get two fire songs off the rip. I didn't care for Drew Barrymore. I'm sorry. And I definitely didn't care for Prom, so Kobe, you can keep that. But then it gives you The Weekend. That's a classic song. Then you get Go Gina. Then you get Garden. Good song. Broken Clocks. Then you get anything. It's like, then you get the interlude. It's like, it's up and down. It's not she just hit a peak and is off with it. Justin, you went to sleep after the first three songs. That's what I'm starting to feel.
Nah, but there was on one of my fourth listens. I did go to sleep because I was like, but I actually went up to like 6 songs, and then when Go Gina hit, I was so comfy after the weekend that I was just like, and I just passed out. Took a little bit of that allergy medicine, and that shit knocked me the fuck out. But it was enjoyable because I woke up to like Broken Clocks, and I was like, oh shit, okay. I mean, well, when you say you disagree with me about the peaks, are you saying that it just didn't like? Because for me, I said like it peaked and then stayed there for me. Because like, but that's just because I just jumped into it, so I didn't really like my expectations were at this, like they were like at the average, and then it just like as soon as Supermodel hit, I just went up. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it like if anything like kind of topped off, it would have been like Prom because it was kind of like Prom's in between Drew Barrymore and The Weeknd. Like that's kind of a tough. That's a little. That's like an interlude. That's a potty break, you know. All right, guys, let's go take a break right quick. But I mean, I don't know. Go ahead though. Go ahead. I was just curious.
It's on you, Fuller.
So I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be real, bro. I don't know what we're talking about, bro. Sometimes hey, that's the best thing about the album review club. Sometimes it's 40, sometimes it's Woo, sometimes it's me, sometimes
It's never
it's
me.
you. It's never a Chet. I'll give him that. Except for when he suggested the Mine album. But besides that, like it's never a Chet. But like he tripping. He tripping. Your boy tripping. I don't have any lowlights because even like the only lowlights are the songs I don't consider highlights, and I consider like 10 out of these like I'm more referring to like the original edition, but it's like uh it's 14 songs, 10 of them are highlights for me. So like the 4 that are lowlights are just not highlights. They're not really lowlights. So for this album, I'm gonna be real with you. There's ones that I don't like. I'm not gonna cap. There's ones I don't like, but there's nothing that I'm like, oh no, I just can't listen to it. This is so bad. No, just it's not my
Is it
favorite.
Follow? Is it because I just was like thinking about this because I'm feeling your points on this, But like the songs that I would consider to be lowlights, right? I'm not gonna give them like no spoilers, but most of the songs don't go over 4 minutes. So by the time that you start to go like, man, I could probably skip it. Like the song's basically done, so you just kind of sit through it anyway.
I can't be mad if the production is done well. Like that's what I would like to take. No. I'm saying I'm agreeing with you. Part of production is knowing when. Part of producing is knowing when to end the song. There's not a lot of songs on this album where it's just like, man, this has been 4 minutes. Actually, I'm looking at the track right now. You have like real 4-minute songs. You have 3. Like everything else is below 4 minutes or like right at 4 minutes. So it's
I
one
think
of those
most of
things
the
where
4 minute
like, look,
ones
bro.
have features on them
You
too.
said what?
I think most of the 4 minute songs have features on them too, so it's just like not just SZA for the
Yeah,
4 minutes.
except for Normal Girl, all of them have features on it. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, look, man, there's no lowlights for me. Again, like this is one of those albums where it's just like I feel like that the way it's been. If you follow R&B, specifically like female R&B or R&B that's made by women, it's like this album was a major turning point. And I know that we try to like act like R&B is like this subgenre or it's not this serious genre or there's not a lot of artistic creativity because of the fact that it's fairly new. R&B is fairly new. It evolved from soul, evolved from like love ballads in the 80s. So it's kind of new. But like this like album is one of those like revolutionary, like this is changing the genre because the genre, this type of music was dying. Like before this album, what was it? It was Janae Eiko and then no one. Think about after this album is when Summer Walker took off. After this album is when Ari Lennox took off. After this album is when Yebba really took off. Yebba's a little bit different, sorry, kind of a special case, but Yebba really took off. Jasmine Sullivan had like a rediscovery period. It's because like this album like shifted how people looked at R&B music, and so ain't no lowlights. Woo's tripping, and I'm gonna pass it to Chuck.
Hey, Queen Blue, which song off of this album did you relate to the most during that time? Just curious. But Cheddar, what up with it?
Let's see, my
I'm gonna
low
be real
lights.
with you. Offensive. Cheddar, in the meantime, go ahead and do your shit, bro.
What she said? I don't have any comments, man. But low lights. Oh yeah. Kind of like I mentioned before. Percolator was too short. The wave interlude was too short. Um, I kind of had which one was it? 2 a.m. as like somewhat of a low light at first, just because I'm not a big fan of like reply songs and whatever, where it's like, oh, because it was kind of like a reply to like that PND song with Drake, low key. But like or high key really, because I mean she kind of re extrapolated the whole chorus or whatever joint it was from it. But anyway, um, but like because it was a bonus track and not like actually on the album, I'm fine with that because that's like mixtape type of shit to me. Rather than like something you put on your album. But like, so I was fine with that. But I don't have any low lights unless I'm starting nitpicking, which I am to begin with. So that's all the low lights I really had. Yeah, I'll pass it on to 40.
Hey, well, I'm gonna say something. Made a mistake. When he said 2 a.m., I said, "What song is he talking about?" And I realized that he did the deluxe.
Oh, were we supposed
I didn't even
to
know
do
he
the
did the
regular?
deluxe. I know I did the
Oh,
regular. I did the
it's
regular, which
supposed to be
I
clear
find
14
tough.
tracks.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. It was never specified, but we all, except for Cheddar, assumed it correctly to be the original, the regular. It's just Cheddar
Cheddar
listened to
like
the deluxe.
Cheddar was like, which one has the more songs? That's the more value. He likes the value packs, man. If you could
Because I
just
heard
do
people say 14
control
tracks,
with
and I
all
was
the
like,
demos.
oh, man, I guess he didn't listen to
Cheddar,
the
I have a question
deluxe.
for you. If SZA just recorded like Control, added the songs from Deluxe, and then she had parts of her just like walking and talking in an interview, would you like the album more because it's more value,
Wait.
more SZA?
I don't
Okay, but
really understand what you're saying, but I will say I wouldn't mind watching SZA walk around. But anyway. Which side note, this album came out before she got like her
Yeah,
BBL and all that joint,
yes, yeah.
right?
So
Okay,
definitely,
because she mentions
your butt being big for real.
hold on.
having a
I gotta
small booty, and
do
I
it
was
quick.
like, I don't
I
think
gotta
that's
do a
true.
quick search right quick.
I remember hearing them mention about having like a small booty, and I was like,
Let me go and
I
check
don't
out
think that's
the
true. So I'm
Instagram
guessing
right
this
quick.
is before. But
Okay.
I don't know what's
I mean,
happening right
honestly,
now,
like,
but whose turn is it?
40.
The most
I'll say,
relatable
I'll say this. I agree with Fullo on his assessment of that, like on like the low light. Because if I honestly pick anything, it's just me kind of going like, this was not as this was not as good as something else, but it wasn't technically a low light for me because I did enjoy it. It's just like prom, right? Like it just falls in between two songs I already like. But prom's not long enough for me to like not want to listen to it. Because like a minute or so into it, I'm like, oh, it's not really the song I want to hear right now. But it's almost over, so let me
Now,
just
hold
go ahead
on.
and run through it.
Quick. I'll run out of flags, but quick little message. I'm not saying there's no low lights up here. I'm saying I personally don't feel it. But like, let's be clear. When I'm listening to the album, I there are songs that I skip. There are songs where I'm just like, I am not in the mood for this. And like, I like prom. Prom's one of them. Prom's one of them because I'm just like, I'm good. Skip. But go ahead,
Yeah,
40.
I feel like my point was more just I don't. There's songs that like I would prefer to not listen to, right? As everyone would, everyone in like if you listen to any album, it's going to usually be that case. For me though, it's like to pick them is like when I pick these songs, I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying that these are probably the ones that I was least invested in, which would have been Prom, Anything, and then probably Go Gina. But that's probably just because of where they fell into the list rather than the songs being like one thing or another, right? So that's kind of it. Like the album stayed consistent. There wasn't random interludes. Like I think Ari Lennox messed me up because I just didn't like the little interlude tracks, and that was it. Whereas this album really didn't have that, or if it was an interlude, like she had her mom do like some of the readings, and I thought that was cute. And I'm just like,
It was her grandma. Someone in the comments
it
correct
was
me if I'm
grandma.
wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was her grandma.
I heard her say ma, but I didn't know if it was mother, grandmother.
I was I thought it was her mom, but I also didn't really listen to what was being said when she was talking.
Oh my
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I did kind of tune those parts out. But yeah.
you listened to the deluxe. You had more homework than we did. To your defense, actually, question:
Oh,
because
you
you
know
did,
what? Side note. I will say Go Gina might be sort of kind of low list for me, but that's also because and don't at me, but I never really watched Martin to begin with.
god.
But anyway.
Oh.
Let it go. Let it go. Woo, I know. We already talked about this
Don't at me though. Don't
10
at me.
years ago. We talked about this 10 years ago in college because you had the whole Martin collection in your dorm room. Obviously, I had seen Martin. And I remember we had like a side combo with Kobe one time. He was just like, yeah, man, never really watched it. What? What? It's like finding out that one of us never. Oh yeah, Power Rangers never really came up. Like, but
I have since seen some episodes, but I have never sat down. But let me watch the Martin real quick.
so
But
he's
don't at me,
like, "Who's Gina?" so,
bro, man. From the third
so
floor.
Ted's sitting there. He's like, "Yeah, go Gina." Doesn't get the cultural reference of all. He doesn't get it. Like the cultural reference just goes over his head. All right, for those, if you're just now tuning in, or if you're from Canada, or fake Africa, because we got some of those too.
Wow.
And you're like, I said I didn't say no names. So they're in Martin. Whenever he was like hyping up Gina, he'd be like, "You go, girl, go, Gina." Blah blah. That's the cultural reference. There you go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's not just an album review club. It's a cultural review club. Go ahead, 40 back.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, no. I'm actually curious to know, money, Kofi, if you were taken out, like if you basically stopped at 20 something from the deluxe, the other songs that were added, do they add anything? Like,
No,
do you think that like I should no?
they don't
Okay,
add anything, but they're good songs.
okay. So it's just like
They're a lot more.
if you were vibing, this is just go to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, have you already done that? Oh, what's that?
40, wrap it up. Wrap
No, I was
it
done. I
up,
just
40.
was curious because I didn't listen to the
He
deluxe, so I
literally,
don't.
yeah, he literally asked, I have a question. I didn't leave my boy 40 alone, man.
But no, that's it. I mean, I've already kind of said my piece.
Oh,
The album was
yeah, we
good,
heard on your
so
turn.
yeah. But no, go ahead. Let's go to these. Let's go to these like gradings. Grades. Let's grade this one.
All right.
How many loud out of 10?
Well,
How many big microphones?
I get is one Kendrick Lamar. That's the A minor.
Uh,
Whoa, A minor.
Yeah, I give it an A minus
Well, because of Superstar.
because album, music, R&B, good, bad, it is what it is.
Mm.
You're
Damn,
just you're
damn,
just saying words. You've done like 40 for the
damn.
past 2 weeks.
He's embodied
Music,
Travis
guitar,
Scott right now.
soul, boom, there it goes.
But no,
Women empowerment,
Whoa, I'm
grilled cheese
disappointed in
sandwich.
you.
no, I got you. I give it an A minus. I mean, it's a really good album. Some of the songs I can do without, and that kind of drops it down a little bit. But I mean, it's a really good album, and I'm forever gonna play The Weeknd. I just like it. I don't know why. But
maybe it
It's
has
a
something to do
horror
with
song.
being all about the
It's a
rock.
horror song.
That's putting everything together right now.
Hold on, everyone. Let's open up our Bibles to the weekend. You're like 9 to 5. I'm the weekend. Just like horror song. All right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Woo didn't pass it to me, but we're gonna go ahead and steal it on the break. A plus, bro. Classic album for me. It's one of me. This is like one of my favorite albums of all time.
man,
For
y'all
the 2000. Go ahead.
ain't gotta come for me in the comments, man. Past life.
Hey, if you're watching this live, if you're
Ain't
watching
gotta
this
come for
after,
me.
if you're watching this live, if you're watching this on the YouTube, if you're watching this just on the Woo's page after this, hit him up in his
Oh,
DMs, bro. Be like, yo, you ain't
You got
shit,
time
bro.
for me
Yo,
on the
hit him up in his
weekend?
DMs. Hit him
Ask
up
him
in
if
his
he got time
DMs
for
and
you on
be
the
like,
weekend.
yo, I watched the whole review. The only person who made me mad was you. That's what Woo. That's what he likes to hear. But hear me out. So this is the A plus for me. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. I love when new albums make my like all time list because it just shows how music can keep recreating itself, rejuvenating itself. And this is just one of those. Again, I feel like this is just one of those albums that it brought life to a genre that was kind of dying. And so Solana, aka SZA, fantastic songwriter. The production is crazy. TDE takes care of their artists, except unless your name is Ransom. We'll get to that in another day. But it's like this is what it looks like, bro. And then she follows it up with SOS, which I didn't even like SOS. Not really. I still gave SOS like an A. It's just she's just a gem. SZA is a gem. She is one of the most talented people in the music industry right now. And that's why it hurts my heart to see someone like Woo say he hates a black woman. It's wild for me to hear. Like I wasn't
oh,
prepared to come up
oh,
here and hear him
oh.
say this. You know what I'm saying? Like his family has black women in it. You know what I'm saying? For him to come up here and say that I only like the horror music on the album. Like, whoa, man, come on
So in
now.
what
No.
world A minus is like, oh my gosh, he hates black women? What? What?
I'll be real with you, bro.
You loved it when he gave it an A plus.
I'll be real with you. That's how hard I go for this album. It's like anything less than an A. I'm just, oh, nah. So you saying that you don't like women. So you think women should be back in the kitchen. All right, Will, heard you. Check, gotcha. But nah, man, A plus, that's how it is. We can go ahead and pass it off to Chattanooga, baby. Go ahead, big dog.
So at the beginning of this, I said this S stood for SZA. This S also stands for S tier because I thought this album was an S tier album.
Boom!
No,
Boom! Boom!
but no. I give it a solid A. I'll split the difference. I'll give it a solid
You
A.
can tell he loves black women. Go ahead, Chatter. Do your thing, big dog.
I do. But yeah, like I said before, my highlights or my lowlight, whatever I said it in. There's not a lot of lowlights. There's a lot of highlights. Whichever I said it in. But like, a lot of this gonna be probably added to my playlist. I enjoy it. I like her videos a lot too. Cause going through looking at like the video for Doves in the Wind, I thought was hilarious. And dope. Like
I
I
gotta
said, the
say
Drew
this, bro.
Barrymore video I thought was
I
nice.
got this. I get occasionally in the album review club, we'll suggest an album that we don't know if everyone has heard. The fact that like Cheddar likes his album, shit warm my heart. bro. That's I love this album, and the fact that my dog love this album too.
Hey, you can't even say that 'cause he gave the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill a beat.
He,
Oh yeah,
he, wait. He from Canada. He don't know no better. He don't know no better. Matter of fact, I think he was in
Oh,
Can. I think he was in Canada when it came out. That's not his fault. That's not his fault. He was probably listening to Nirvana at that
I
point.
was. No, I was listening to what do they? I can't even remember the name of that band. Never mind.
Let me guess.
The Foo Fighters or
All
something like that. I
the
forget.
small things.
Listen to the 20 Hour Pro Skater soundtrack.
man, 40 is man.
Go ahead, 40. Give you a rating, bro.
What level?
Nah. So I was gonna give it an A, and then I went on to SZA's Instagram page, and I'm like, oh, she fine. So it's an A plus now.
Oh yeah,
Also,
yeah, we forgot.
also, I
Hey
gotta.
Justin,
So
Justin, hey Justin. Let me
yeah.
key you in on this real quick. Hey, go check out the SOS video. Right? No, the Kill Bill video. Check out the Kill Bill
Wait, no,
video.
he has to
Fast forward to
graduate
like
to
the
that.
last minute of the song.
Cheddar. He has to graduate to that. He ain't brave. That's too much.
Just,
That's
just,
too much.
just be the last 30 seconds of
What you
of the
know?
Kill Bill video, and thank me later. But go ahead.
Um,
Hold up, give me a moment of silence. No, also, I just started looking through the Doves in the Wind video because one thing I don't do, which I think I'm going to start doing now, is just checking out the singles and then the albums that are like the videos that are associated to it.
You'll
Because
love
I
that
brought up the like
video,
album,
I think.
right?
I think
Which I
you'll
think
love that
like we
video.
should also talk about album art, but also the videos because Doves in the Wind is a joke. Like that's my style. It's like you got Kendrick being the Sifu, you got SZA whooping people's asses. Like
Yeah.
it's cool. It's a good video.
And then
Nah, man,
sometimes comes through
I'm
and
definitely gonna put it to A
ruins and
plus.
wastes all of our times with the Weekend video.
Yeah,
We'll talk
no,
about that another time.
I'm gonna do A plus for it.
I'll be right back.
I think, also, that's a lot of ass. I like whatever she paid. She put a lot of money. She put the right money.
She paid good money.
She paid
A lot
good
of
money.
pesos for that one.
That was. It is like it's perfect. It's perfectly balanced, like Thanos would want.
I don't know what currency they use in Brazil, but she paid a lot of Brazilian pesos for that. That's all I can say.
wow.
She found the best Brazilian doctor in all the lands.
So I'm just going ahead and put it in contention as an album review classic. Straight A's across the board.
Yeah, man.
So all the guys out there, if you want an A plus from me, you can have everyone needs a Brazilian butler. I thought about it. I like to be honest with you, I did think about it. I'm like, I just gave her an A plus because she got a lot of ass. That's not really fair. That's not really fair. Ari Lennox, you know what? You're going up to an A plus because I can't judge someone off their looks.
All the guys
Sorry,
out
Nikki.
there, you know what you got to do if you want an A+ album for Justin.
All right, Travis. When your album comes up, I hope you have a BBL. All right, Drizzy. All right, BBL Drizzy. Let's hurry up.
Side note, shout out to my llama lamp. It just arrived today. You know what I'm saying? Courtesy of the Peruvian
Oh,
something Peruvian festivals. You know what I'm saying?
that man stole it. He put his name in 14 times as different people.
You know. Shout out to my llama mama drama Dama.
Salama, assalamu alaikum.
Just he was getting way far out here today. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. But I mean that's all right. We just waiting for Fulo to come back so we kind of.
Oh yeah, we gotta finish that. What were y'all talking about? DMX and the Busta Rhymes.
Oh,
We gotta finish Busta Rhymes
What?
conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, look, okay. Because I mean, to be fair, I do think there is probably a subgroup of people that were introduced to Busta Rhymes via that Chris Brown song. But to be fair, I don't think they ever. That would have been the extent of their introduction to Busta Rhymes. It would have just stopped right there. They wouldn't have gone back. They wouldn't have gone forward. It would have just been, hey, who's that old guy on that Look at Me Now song that beatboxes to himself. I
Yeah.
forget what the conversation is about.
Well, the point is more like the notion that people really listen to Busta Rhymes, which I think that might be the people that I've talked to about Busta Rhymes just might not listen to hip hop as much, or they just don't like Busta Rhymes' voice, so they just were never really interested. But they would like him on they'd be like I met too many people. I'm like, I like Busta Rhymes, and they're like, yeah, I like him, but only on his features because he always has like some really quick bars and stuff. But like individually, people kind of forget about like his Wuha days and stuff like that.
To be
So
honest with you, I don't think I've listened to a single old school other than I've heard the scenario. I haven't heard anything before the scenario. I don't think like I've listened to
well,
regularly. And I
you
knew
probably
him.
you
I
probably
knew him
know
back
about
in the
Pasta
day.
Cavassier.
Huh?
You probably know about Pasta Cavassier.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Give me some more.
you know what? Yeah,
Yeah.
I did forget about that joint. But
Well, it's
outside
just like
of that, and like his whatever album it was, the Touch It was, I can't remember whatever the name of that album. Well, you know what? Because I listened to him after that too. I
ooh,
take that back. I take that back.
touch
Whatever the
it.
album that was, I listened to that one and then the one that right after, which I think was like Back on My Bullshit or something like that, or it was some iteration of
The Big Bang. I
the
remember
Big Bang.
that.
Oh, the Big Bang. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. What came after the Big Bang though?
What came after it?
What?
Let's see.
Ah,
Big Bang, like the Big
Was it
Bang
like
Theory?
Bombs or something like that?
No,
Wasn't
no,
it Back on
no.
My Bullshit?
Busta Rhymes albums.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
had a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah. It was
albums.
Back on My Bullshit.
Oh, so we're doing the Busta Rhymes conversation now? Look, bro, I'm going to be real with
Yeah.
man,
y'all.
make make
My,
make this shit, man.
I want to, hey, yo, you know what we always do? We save the
It
last
was back on
five,
my
six,
bullshit
7, 8 minutes.
man,
We save 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes.
like a Busta Rhymes verse. Make this shit quick.
Okay, here's what, first of all, don't do that. Oh, if you're just now tuning in
Watch it how I
to
do
the
with the dice with
review,
that thing,
who
cuz.
hates all 90s rappers? Besides Jay-Z, I don't get it. Anyway, so hear me out.
What?
So
Nah,
my
don't
thing
even
is
put
this.
none
My
of
thing is
that.
this.
Don't even put none of that
Because
shit
of
up.
what wait, hold on. Because of what he did for music videos, because of his like eccentricities, like I don't feel like no one. I don't feel like anyone got introduced besides a certain demographic of people to Busta Rhymes from like the Chris Brown feature. And I also don't think they were really introduced to him. I think it was more like that's probably Busta Rhymes' biggest verse. That's probably like his most successful. Everyone knows that verse. Big song, huge thing, blah blah. But like people know
And
Busta
I'm
Rhymes
to
songs
bed.
before that song. That's my point. It's just like,
you know.
baby, if you give it to
Oh,
me, I'll give
oh
it to
yeah, I forgot about that
you.
joint.
I know what you want.
It
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not sometimes what we gotta stop doing this to like rappers
Make a
and just
shit, make
older
a
artists in
jump,
general.
jump, dump this shit, make a
That's what I'm saying. We gotta stop doing this to like Pastor Cavassier. We gotta stop doing this to artists as they get older and act like, oh yeah, he only had one moment. It's like no, like even someone who's not like a super duper Jay Z fan, I
Oh,
remember Big Pimpin'. Like I remember
can we
Big
do this?
Pimpin'.
Are
I
we allowed to?
remember the Blueprint 3. I remember like Watch the Throne. Like we gotta stop acting like these guys' careers can all be narrowed down to like one moment. So when you say something like, "Hey man, people only know Busta Rhymes from the Chris Brown verse," it's like, that's not really true.
I wonder if past the Cavassier is going to get more playtime now that P Diddy got in trouble.
Probably less playtime,
Because
unfortunately.
don't forget he was also in the video.
I mean,
Pastor
hey,
Cavossier. Hey, what'd you put in there?
hey,
Pastor
Woo,
Cavossier. Hey,
Corey's
he
not
sparked my joint.
wrong. We can't act like what happened didn't happen. We gotta sprinkle a little bit on it. Look, bro.
Hey, Buster, what do you think about
He
past?
told us in '96 he a bad boy. He a bad boy. You
I'm
know
about
what
to
I'm
play.
saying? He just didn't know how bad.
I will say,
My
I
point
think
was
it's
the Busta Rhymes thing.
pointless. I
Hmm?
will say, I think it's pointless. All these lists coming out like, oh man, so such and such was at a P Diddy party. I was like, yeah, but like, it doesn't matter if you had a P Diddy party. All of it happened after the parties. It's like,
That's what I'm saying. Like that's one of the things where it's like even Denzel was like, "Hey, you could go to Hollywood parties. You need to leave before the devil comes out because it's like if you don't leave before about 9:30, what did Cat Williams say? Diddy's gonna want to party and you gotta tell him no. Not everybody can tell Diddy no. Like also, I will say this. I don't know how the trial's gonna turn out. I won't be liable for
it's
anything
not
like that.
looking good.
I gotta say, it should be a crime to have 1,000 bottles of baby oil. It should be. I don't know exactly what you list that under felony, misdemeanor. 1,000 bottles. I'll be honest with you. This is gonna sound kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever seen 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
I think I have either.
I feel like if you took all the baby oil I've seen in my life, it might be like 200.
If you type in baby oil on Google Images, you'd have to get the page like 15 before you hit 1,000. Like, you gotta keep scrolling. That's a lot of bottles of baby
That's
oil.
what I'm
It's
saying.
ridiculous.
Like, first of all, Diddy, you're rich. Why you buying in bulk? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it,
You know
but like,
what? Well, here's the thing, right? If it's 1,000 bottles, it's either that A, they didn't count and they were just like, it looks like about 1,000, right? Or B, that there was like a pot, like there was like a what is it, a pallet with like a box and it just said 1,000 bottles, you know? In which they were just like, oh
40,
shit, we just got
40, wait. 40, I thought the same thing. They can't just, I don't even know. Like, there's certain things that, like, the human mind can't conceptualize. It's like, how many stars are in the universe? How many fish are in the sea? One of those things is like, I don't think the human mind can be like, that's 1,000 miles of baby oil.
yeah.
It's just
And
like,
like if you walk into a room, it's just like stacked up to the
as
top.
soon as, here's the deal. Check this out. Pee Wee Longway, allegedly, because once again, he didn't do it, but allegedly, they said they caught him with $200 million of contraband. Some numbers, when you say things, it's just like, you can't have $200 million in drugs.
Mm,
It's like,
mm.
that's what the baby oil thing is. This is like, you cannot have 1,000 miles of baby oil. Like, I feel like at that point, Johnson and Johnson would pull up to your house and be like, "We need a couple of these back. We're running low at the factory." Like, one bottle of baby oil can last a family about a year. It's like,
I could be running
Diddy having
his own
1,000. It's
factory, like
like,
in the basement somewhere.
you gotta want. That's what I'm saying. You gotta
Ciroc.
wonder what Diddy's actual.
Ciroc
Hold on.
body
You
oil.
gotta wonder what Diddy's actual like house setup was like. Because like, you know how people have wine cellars.
Yeah.
You can't
Baby
fit
oil
a
cellar.
1,000 bottles of wine in a wine cellar. So where was he keeping the baby oil?
They were in the walls. They were everywhere.
Where was he couldn't
And,
be keeping it
yeah.
anywhere? Like, that's why I gotta agree with 40. It was probably on a pallet. Which brings me to another question, Diddy. Why are you having forklifts drop pallets of you know what I'm saying? It's like,
This
what?
man's getting ready for every party he ever wants. He's just like
Once
just in
again,
case.
that's why I'm saying, like, initially, it should be a crime. I don't care what you're doing with this baby oil. No human should have over 5 bottles of baby oil. Over 5, it should be like carrying like an ounce of cocaine. It's like, we gotta lock you up. we gotta get you out of here.
I wonder
It's like,
if they
bro.
specified the like ounces on each bottle. Because it's either like really
Oh
small
God.
bottles or it's like the giant gallon ones,
If
which is
they
even crazy.
specify the ounces, he going to jail. Because right now it could be between the, y'all know what I'm talking about, the Johnson and Johnson, the big one, and then like a little travel pack. If they come out and they say you had 1,000 bottles of the big one, ain't no jury. Jury gonna be like, we gonna need 5 minutes. And that's only because the jury room is 3 minutes away. It's just like, we're gonna lock you up, bro. Like, I can't imagine what it's like to sit in Diddy trial and be like, this. I couldn't be a juror because I would look at him, I'd be like, it's a wrap. Like,
Hey,
I'm only
you
using
know what?
this for the food.
Listen,
I'm gonna further your point about how criminal it is. Someone online, I'm not sure if the math is right, but I'm just gonna take it at face value. Someone said one standard baby oil bottle, 14 ounces. 1,000 baby bottle, 1,000 of those is 14,000 ounces. 1 gallon's 120 ounces. He had 110 gallons of baby oil.
14 gallons.
That
I can't even conceptualize a gallon of baby
he's
oil.
making his
I,
own pool to like suffocate people.
I'll be real with you. I think a gallon of baby oil is what killed the dinosaurs.
Everyone else is trying
That's too
to figure out
much.
what they need for their apocalypse. He's just like baby oil. Everyone's gonna slip and slide
And
coming
they
into my
said
The
house.
they
only
said
thing was, at
individual
this point,
bottles,
the only
right?
well, hold on. At this point, the only thing he can argue is that he was using it in self defense. Because it's like, look, let's be wait, let's be real. Let's be real. Imagine someone breaking your house. They armed to the teeth. We're talking about AKs, M16s, all that, Uzis, everything. You squirt some baby oil, it's discombobulate. Everything's wet. Everything's wet. Like, it's gonna turn into a 1950s Looney Tunes cartoon where he's just like, like, it's like you can't. It's the only thing. Maybe he was preparing for Armageddon, and he was like, "Hey, when the aliens come, like signs, I'm gonna spray them with some liquid." He said,
Hey
"When you go
Justin, hey
to, just
40. How
like,
many gallons you said that was?
110.
110
I
gallons.
mean,
Okay. I'm
That's
just
what he's
doing a little
watering
bit
his
of
plants
diving
with.
here, man. You can buy a 55-gallon tube of lube on Amazon for like
crazy?
$2,000.
You know what's really crazy is that like if they had said they found 1,000 bottles of lube, I'd be like, okay, you know what I'm
But
saying?
even
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get it.
but
Baby
even
oil is
then, we're
different.
talking about they only sell it in like a gallon tub. You can't even buy it in individual bottles of lube. It comes in a big old tub.
Like, why do you? I'm mad. You know what? Everyone needs to be charged, including Johnson and Johnson, because there's no way that Diddy placed that call and they were like, he's not doing anything criminal. Word.
Oh,
You
So
so
let me
so
think
guess. Diddy? Let me find out. There's like another order of baby oil. It's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, he had 1,000 this time. He ordered 1,000 a couple years ago. Johnson and Johnson, y'all come in the courtroom right behind him. It's like y'all come right behind him, y'all all line up.
so
It's too much, bro.
see
apparently the average bathtub capacity is 40 to 70 gallons, which means that he might have a big bathtub. So maybe he maybe just bathes in the baby oil. Maybe he
Nigga,
just keeps it there.
if you bathe in baby oil, I don't know this for a fact. But if you get into a tub of baby oil, I think you're moisturized for the rest of your life. I don't
bad boy
think
baby.
exactly. I don't think you ever need to put lotion on ever again.
You should just try to slide out the handcuffs.
I think if you get into a tub of baby oil, you turn into Rubber Man. Like you just turn
And even
into.
and even then, if we talk about filling on a tub with baby oil, he's got to squeeze all those bottles out. Again, he didn't go for the barrels. He went for the bottles.
That's what's happening during the whole
See,
party.
once again, that's once again. It's just like I'm telling you, you can't go into a courtroom, and the prosecution's like, we seized 1,000 bottles of baby oil. It doesn't matter what the crime is. The crime could be a DUI. If they're like, we also found 1,000 bottles of baby oil in his house, they're gonna be like, he clearly did it. He clearly did it. It's like, what do you mean he wasn't drunk driving? This is the same type of person that would have 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
we
This is some super villain shit, bro. But no, we're all done. Woo, bring us home, big dog.
sheesh. Well,
We couldn't let it go unaddressed. We're the album review club. We talk music. One of the biggest music moguls of all time got caught with
Hey
us.
Justin, don't forget to save that Kill Bill video.
I got. Oh, I already looked at it. That's why I
Kevin,
got
I'm
quiet
starting
for
to
a
think
second.
that you weren't just concerned with the music.
Last 30 seconds. Thank me later.
You probably got a good deal on that baby oil though, because it's not that expensive. It's like $6.
I feel like if you call Johnson and Johnson was like, I want 1,000 bottles of baby oil, they would that immediately has to go up to the CEO. Like the average
Gotta
employee
approve
can't be
that
like,
shit. Are we
oh
talking to
yeah,
another
no
company?
problem, Diddy. We'll send that right now. That has to go directly to the CEO. He's gonna be like, I don't even think we have 1,000 bottles of baby oil in stock.
Are you sure we're not selling
It's
this to
like, and
another
we're the
company? Like, what's
factory.
going on?
Just send them like like a truck just filled with it and just like let it like it's his own little gas station for baby oil. He just has like a tank and just fucking hooks it up too.
Wait, well, bring us home, big dog. We 10 minutes over. Go ahead and bring us home,
y'all
big dog.
stress me out. Y'all stress me out,
Diddy
but
stressing us out.
hey,
Like,
yo.
dude.
but,
It all leads back to Diddy, man.
Don't bother me. I'm working.
but because it's mental health awareness, and obviously these fellas have some obvious mental health issues.
They sure do.
We decided that
What's the problem? What happened? What happened? What's the problem?
we decided that the
October is mental health month, all right? We're going on men's mental health. We're going on women's mental health. Any album that you guys have listened to when you're going through trying times, we're going to bring them to the table, all right? We're going to bring them to the round table, all right? Go ahead, Will.
dang, I ain't got it.
I got an album
But
for that.
you said what?
Oh, I actually have an album for that.
No one 40 is going to be like, It's a whole entire album, hour long, of wind
Hit the
blowing on
sounds.
grass.
How do you guys feel about Andre 2000 with a flute?
Yeah.
Better yet, I got a Barney mixtape right quick.
I'm the hey,
Whole
but
lot of
here's the
love.
deal, woo. Here's the deal. Whose turn is it? Whose spin is it?
Tis.
Woo's starting us off on Mental Health Month, October Stand Up.
Well,
That
it
was true.
seems I'm the most mentally staying at the moment right now because.
Based off the past conversation, I can't disagree. It's like, based off what just happened, I can't even say you're lying.
But nah,
All right, what we starting off with,
it's
bro?
it's definitely a topic that we're gonna touch on while we're going through this and probably hear some stories from us while we're going through our little situations or whatever. This is a thing that you black people don't talk about enough. Mental
Factual.
health is a very important thing for anybody involved, and it definitely needs to be spoken on more often. And simple enough, we don't need to be scared to talk about it because you don't know what's going on in someone's head and what could be just that trigger for them. But
Factual.
for me,
Let's do
uh,
it.
I decided to go with Epiphany by T-Pain.
Oh!
I thought you were. Oh, okay. Epiphany. Okay.
Um, but yeah, I went with Epiphany of T-Pain because I was going to go with Revolver because I hold those hand in hand, but I feel like Epiphany's been since it's been around longer and it's been more involved. Like, what you about to say?
Oh wait, I was listening to my favorite song off Epiphany, which is "Don't That Sound
Hey,
Bad."
as a matter of fact, I was just about to say that. I'm about to say that. That's my that is my like whenever I'm having a bad day, I throw that on, and usually by the end of the song, mainly because it's like a 5-minute song, but by the end of the song, I feel a little bit better about my day. So,
Yo, shout out to Wu for knowing that was 5 minutes long. That's like the longest song on the
bruh,
album. Shout out to you. All right.
that is probably my most played song of all time.
Don't that sound bad? Yo, Cheddar, take it from here.
Hold on.
Oh, we gotta
Gotta
work
give the
on our
T-Pain
chemistry. My
that.
bad. All right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Epiphany's the album. You guys tune in. T-Pain. You know what I'm saying? Tallahassee's finest. Tallahassee Pain. Y'all tune in. It's Mental Awareness Month or Mental Health Month. We're gonna tune into this. Woo put it on the board. I'll fuck. I'ma fuck with you.
And T-Pain's my number one artist. So,
They,
just throw that out.
Absolutely
I will
not. We can talk
say.
about that
Just
on the
throw
next
that.
stop.
I will say we got to do Revolver at some point because Revolver I feel like is underrated. So sometimes that's a list we
Or
got to
hold
do.
on,
You
hold on.
know.
Or hear me out. We don't. It's just like it's either this or was Three Rings the album, the name of the album?
Yes.
Okay,
Revolve
so
better.
Epiphany, wait, Epiphany, Three Rings is gonna make Cheddar upset.
What between the two? No, 'cause I stand by this. My thing about Three Rings is Epiphany's the better album, I believe. But Three Rings, the era that T Pain was in Three Rings was like the height of T Pain, where he was on all these features. He had all the swagger. He had the circus shit he was going on, the big ass shit. He was doing a whole bunch of shit that cemented T Pain as the T Pain that we know and love.
Yeah, okay,
But if
wait,
you're
wait,
talking
wait,
about straight
wait, wait,
albums,
wait, wait, woo. We might have to do a woo and foo and talk this out because
Hey,
because
I
if you
do not, I do not
I,
agree.
I agree with that.
go look at Three Rings. There's a lot of bullshit on Three Rings. There's a lot of bullshit on Three Rings.
That's crazy to hear because I love Three. Just like, that's crazy for you to be like, you saw bullshit there. I'm just like, my life was this bullshit.
I like that.
It's like, what are you
Don't
doing?
get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The high points of Three Rings are really high, but I feel like if you look at albums as a whole, I like a lot of his other albums a lot more. But like the phase he was in during that album, top notch
Yo,
T
I,
Pain.
I feel like we should have a woo and foo this Friday. Bring Cheddar on, or maybe me and Woo just work this out. I I'm not a T Pain fan like y'all, but Three Rings is my favorite album because it was so over the top. Like it was everything was like he fit the theme exactly. It's like big house carnival type
Yeah.
shit. I love that
Yeah.
type thing.
One of my
Yeah,
greatest regrets is not
look
going
at
to a
you.
concert then.
Look at you. Now you question yourself.
No,
Now
no,
you
no,
over
no,
there.
no. I stand by what I said. I stand by what I said. The last half of Three Rings is a lot of bullshit.
Okay, wait. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do.
I think you're thinking specifically of the first half. I think most of your memory is probably from the first half of that album. But like, cause it's like what, 25 songs. The second half of that
Oh, let's
album,
be clear. Let's be
That
clear.
was
Let's be clear. It's too many songs. It's too many
right?
songs. But like a real carnival, it's typically too much. It's typically too much. All right, so here's what we're
I
gonna
might
do.
actually be free this Friday, so let me know.
Hold on. Special edition album review club. We're gonna do like 10 minutes on before we get to the album review. We're gonna do 10 minutes on which T-Pain era was the best. I feel like we need to hammer
Oh,
this
I
out
think
that's
because
not gonna finish in 10 minutes.
here's the I'm over here repping Three Rings. Cheddar over there saying some bullshit. Yeah. What's wrong? You don't like Freeze by Chris Brown? Word?
We can get into it when we get into it. What you about to say, Food? Or Woo?
Wait, I'm mad. Yo, I'm mad. I'm mad because this whole hour review club, all of our week is doing this. I ain't never seen Cheddar be like, all right, all right. yo, Cheddar like, all right, no problem, all
Because
right.
part of it is like you're halfway agreeing with what I'm saying. Because like if you're talking era, like that era of T Pain is the highest peak of T Pain. But if you're talking about albums, like full albums, if you're comparing albums, then I say that's not his best album.
The look that Cheddar just gave me was the equivalent of when you about to kill someone and you be like, yeah, man, go ahead and get in the car, everything's good. Everything's fine. This is exactly what 50 was talking about on Mini Men, where he's just like, I don't know, man, this seems kind of suspicious.
I also want to throw out there that there was like dropped like some change of parts, so it's basically the same.
True. True.
All right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for tuning into the album review club. We'll send us off things.
Shit, I'm out.